The U.S. has officially declared today a federal holiday. Juneteenth, as it will be known, marks the anniversary of the first slaves being freed in the United States. For more on that, I'm joined by local community activist Monalisa Diallo. Thank you for your time, Monalisa. For those who don't know, why is this a big deal?
Well, I think that it's a big deal to some in a positive way, and I think it's a big deal to some in a very negative way. Many of us that have been celebrating Juneteenth, Freedom Day, Emancipation Day, as many of us may call it, we've been celebrating that. Just the fact that we are making it and trying every single day to live in this very oppressive society is a celebration of who and where we came from. There's so many myths going around about Juneteenth and just straight out lies. So it's important for this time to teach our children about the real truth of Juneteenth and Lincoln, what he didn't do, not so much what he did do. And it's a good opportunity for us to tell our children.
What are some of those straight-out lies that you speak of?
First of all, Lincoln emancipated the enslaved Africans and descendants of Africans on January 1st, 1863. It was the day before December 31st, 1862, that the Union Army knew that they weren't doing very well. And they knew they had to come up with something different. So that's when black soldiers were allowed to be enlisted. So it was very strategic how the very next day he gave the Emancipation Proclamation. He did that in a country that was split. The South was its own sovereign government. The North was its own sovereign government. So the Emancipation Proclamation that he gave did not affect this separate entity, and it was the South. So, but the news of Emancipation Proclamation that he did give did not get to Galveston, Texas until June 19, 1865. The 13th Amendment was ratified, and I know I'm using some words, it was ratified or abolished, and that amendment, which abolished slavery and involuntary servitude, is actually what ended slavery in the United States.
Okay, so let's understand whether there's a big difference now. Is this, you talk about a country that was separated into two halves, essentially, maybe not exactly 50-50, but today, is that a united country behind Juneteenth, or is there still an issue where states in the South may not be supporting this holiday?
Well, I do believe that there were 17 members of Congress that did not sign the bill, but more importantly about it being a holiday, many of us are very, very upset, and we believe that the measures to ensure police accountability have been passed by Congress hasn't signed anything about that. Instead of that, they give us a BLM sign. Anti-black crime bill, hate crime bill wasn't signed or passed, and we got murals. Reparations, the reparation bill has been up for probably about 20, 25 years now. Instead of that, it's the symbolic Juneteenth holiday. We believe, many of us believe, that Juneteeth, the Juneteenth holiday bill that is law now, if it was tied into a package that had reparations, that had the hate crime bill, that had all of that, and then on record you would have congressmen, congresspersons to say, I don't want to do this, and it would be on record. Now we have the symbolic record where 17 Republicans, I do believe they were all 17 Republicans, they did not sign this bill. They did not believe it. But if we had had it in a package and used it as leverage to get all the other important legislation passed, then I would be very, very happy about this symbolic day. But to us, it's still, to many of us, it's still a sign of mourning.
Thank you very much for your time. Monalisa Diallo is a community activist in Baltimore, Maryland, talking about the significance of Juneteenth and the fact that there is still much more to be done.